Hello, this is your host. Today I'm going to be reading from the r Legaladva subreddit, so let's jump into it. A stranger texted me from my dead brother's number. I am in Canada. About 3 weeks ago, I received a text from a number that was not saved in my phone. They sent me things like, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" And then they would send me a series of random numbers and letters such as 24691. Second, my brother passed away 3 years ago. Third, my brother never owned any debt and never owed anyone any money. And fourth, I have a feeling that this person is only trying to scam me. I've done a bit of research on Google, and I can't find any record of a flight being canceled in that country. The airline that they claim to be flying with has also confirmed that no flights have been canceled in that country. Because when he passed away, that phone number was disconnected, right? Like that phone number no longer existed. And now this person is using that exact same phone number that was disconnected 3 years ago. So that kind of leads me to believe that this person definitely stole that phone number. They might even have their phone number listed on there. Also, if you like this content, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Thanks for watching. You could always do a reverse Google search and put their phone number in there and see what pops up. But I think the best thing that you could do here is just ignore them. They obviously stole your brother's phone number, which is messed up. But at the end of the day, it's just a phone number. It's like they stole a piece of identifying information. But it's not like it's your social security number or anything. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. I know it's super annoying and it's kind of scary, but just try to ignore it and hopefully it'll stop. And I do believe that it's this person who changed their number to his. Because they knew him and they knew that he was no longer alive. This went on for days. These people seemed very persistent in getting a hold of me through this method. But wouldn't that mean that the person who stole your brother's phone number is the one who disconnected it? Like if they stole the phone number, they would want to disconnect it so that you guys couldn't use it anymore, right? So maybe the fact that they disconnected the phone number might make it easier to track down who this person is. Because I would imagine that you would need to disconnect a phone number if you're re-switching over to it. If you just magically start using someone else's phone number, they're going to cancel it. However, I don't know where to start. I would really appreciate any advice that you guys could give me on what steps I should take next. Maybe they have their location set to public on Facebook or something. Maybe you could find out where they live and see how close they are to you if they're actually in your state or in your city. Then you could decide if you want to, confront them, figure out what the hell this is all about. Is there a way that you could get your hands on the phone that they're using? Like maybe hack into their Wi-Fi network or something, and then track the phone that way? Just saying. Is there a way that you could track the device that they're using the phone on? Maybe you could find out where they live that way. And maybe, you could break into their house and steal their phone or something. I'm just kidding. Please don't do that. Don't break into their house. Thanks so much for listening to my story. I'll provide an update whenever I hear back from this person. They told me that they were not able to give me that information due to privacy laws. However, they did tell me that I could contact the fraud department of that company and see if they could help me. So I did just that. Unfortunately, they were not able to help me either. They said that since my brother had passed away, they closed his account and gave his phone number to the new customer. They also told me that they cannot provide me with any information on who this person is because of privacy laws. So at this point, I'm pretty much out of options. Sometimes they would call me several times a day, and they would also text me multiple times a day. The only way I could find this information was through his death certificate. This was the only number listed on there. I did try calling back this number, but the call did not go through. It said that the number had been disconnected. The number that I received the text from is not my number or my brother's number. The number ended in 2227, while our family number ends in 2229. I believe that this person stole my brother's phone number because they knew him and knew that he was no longer alive. I do not know how they got their hands on his phone number, but I do believe that they are the one who changed their number to his. Every single time, I would not respond to them because I didn't know who they were or why they were contacting me. When I picked up the call, it said that the number had passed away 3 years prior. It turns out it was my brother's number. He passed away 3 years prior, and we have his death certificate. The time of his passing, only one phone number was registered to him, and that was his personal cell phone. There were no other phone numbers associated with him. That was until about 3 weeks ago when this random number started texting me. The texts that I received from this person were very strange. Fast forward to last night, and at around 11:30 p.m., this same number texted me and asked if I was home alone. Immediately, I responded by asking who this person was and what they wanted. Finally, after days of ignoring their calls and texts, they replied and said that they were my brother's friend. They then proceeded to ask if I could wire them some money. They claimed that they needed the money to get back to Canada and that they were currently stuck in another country. Apparently, they had been traveling and their flight got canceled, and now they hadn't had enough money to buy a new ticket. They claimed that my brother owed them money and they needed to be repaid. They then proceeded to threaten me by saying that if I didn't send them money, then they would tell all of my brother's friends about how I had ignored them and treated them badly. They also threatened to come to my house and collect the money themselves. I am beyond frustrated with these people. For one, I don't even know who they are. What I would like to do is sue this person for harassment and defamation of character. Edit to answer some questions. The phone number that was texting me is the same phone number that was registered to my brother when he passed away. Update on the situation: I called my brother's old phone company and asked them if they could provide me with any information on who may have signed up for the phone plan after my brother passed away. Yeah, so I think it's pretty safe to say that this person stole your brother's phone number. Now, you mentioned that you tried calling the number back, but the call did not go through. It said that the number had been disconnected. And now that you have the name of the person who took over your brother's phone number, it makes it a lot easier to find them on social media. But yeah, if you search their name on social media, you might be able to find them. If you have any legal advice for the original poster, please put it in the comments below.